Duffer Brothers, we have to talk about Stranger Things. We have to talk about Derek's hole.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We have to talk about Dr. K. We have to talk about 11 with the amplifiers at the end of the show. What happened to Susie and Dustin? What even is the mind flare? How did it get there? What's the rock? Like, what? Why did the government just let them go? There's so many things that we're going to talk about in this next hour Yapcast. It's a bunch of spoilers. So if you didn't watch the show, click off of this now. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if we missed anything or we're overthinking anything, but let's just get into the video. Once the last episode happened, before the very last episode, I knew they were gonna have to rush 2 hours. I'm like, there's no way they could explain everything that I wonder in the next 2 hours, and it's gonna be rushed.
Yeah, I had that same problem too. My biggest problem with the entire episode was the final fight was way too short.
Yeah, his coming out scene was longer than a final fight.
Yeah, that like that's ridiculous to me. That was an absurd stat. Like I genuinely was mad when I saw that on Twitter.
Well, and apparently that was never supposed to be in the show in the first place. Like that was a way after the fact thing that they added. And I'm fine with them adding it. Like if they want to add it, sure, I think they could have definitely done it better. I feel like it was just way too, I don't know. They could have done it in like a more unique way. Like I think I told you guys this before, but
it's just
the way they did Robin.
It's just
was,
hilarious
like,
when you that's what I was just gonna say. It's just so bad when you compare it to Robin's.
Yeah, it just that one flowed so natural, and then his was just like, I don't know.
The whole and me thing where they're all like, "Yo, we're still here with you." That part I hated that.
Yeah.
When it's like, "We'll never leave you."
Well, what about when when he's
so
like, "Oh,
crazy.
I need to get this out because Vecna's gonna use it against me," like genuinely. What was he gonna in the final moments be like? I'll tell your friend your secret, buddy. Like what the fuck? That's not gonna change anything, bro. Like everyone's there to survive and kill the guy. I don't really think they care if he was gay or not.
Well, no, but what I think he meant is like the same way he used it against Hopper when he showed his daughter. Vecna would have showed Will everybody like hating him because he was gay. It's kind of what I imagine.
Yeah, that's what he meant by it.
Well, didn't he say that he did show him something though, but they never showed what it was? I thought.
Yeah, they never showed exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was shown.
But I wish they would have shown that. Like a lot of the things, like they didn't really. They showed Derek a little bit of like this is like a kind of sidebar, but when like he showed Derek his family, like if he messes up, I feel like he did more, and they kind of just skipped it, or they just really subtle. Like Derek was like shook. And they didn't really, I don't know, like just that one scene I don't think was enough. Like I feel like he did more. Pretty much overall, I liked it. It was a really good show. The way I think they rushed the end. I wasn't really fond of the ending. I know that most of the people are going to be like, oh, well, they're going to cover it up with, you know, the spinoff or if they animate the next spinoff, I'm going to be really pissed. I don't think they should animate the show. That's dumb to me.
I have a lot of questions about the ending.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
there's one thing in particular that I have like a lot of questions about, because I was thinking about it last night, and I think I switched sides on what like a certain thing is, like how 11's ending. I think I switched sides on that because I went through it in my head and I was like, can I say it? Like, are we gonna?
I was gonna say, yeah, we could just hop into it.
Yeah. I am now more on the train that she's not dead. Because I was going through it in my head, and I'm like, there's no way that she didn't get caught. So something happened in between her getting out of the truck and her getting into the upside down again. It just didn't make any sense to me that she randomly vanished out of like the military men's hands. They don't see her. And then she is just in the upside down again. It just didn't make any sense.
Not to mention, wait, I got two details here. If you look closely, she doesn't have the 11 on her wrist either.
Yeah.
Like it's not there. And also another thing too is that you know how that random ass scene between Derek and Mike?
Yeah, where he's just like looking at him like a freak. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw this on TikTok. I'm not gonna take credit for it. I saw it on TikTok that the reason Derek did that was because one Mike looks at 11, 11's not really there. So Derek thinks Mike is looking at him because there's like 11 doesn't say anything in the back of that truck.
Yeah, but the theory that Callie did that, is that how you say her name? Callie, right?
Yeah. I like that. I don't believe that part has to necessarily be true because that was just part of Mike's theory. It makes sense for that to be untrue.
Well, I mean, let me just debunk that immediately because one, she was more at the center of the blast radius. I mean, she would have been dead. Like it already exploded. Yeah. There's no way she would have been astral projecting in that moment. And 11 doesn't have the power to do that. Yeah. She's never done that before. How does she just know how to do that already? Out of no, like they didn't explain the training of 11 enough to where I feel like she should have been starting to learn, you know, Henry's abilities, or maybe not to the extent, but she would figure out how to do like some of 8's abilities or some of Henry's things. But she just like, I don't know, her training improvement versus Vecna's improvement was just so subpar. She like, she kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like the scene where she's jumping over the cars and like using a thing, she thinks that's like the coolest thing in the world. But then all of a sudden she can hop fences. Oh, see, I'm going to start going off on a tangent, but something I want to talk about when she is like, oh, I could just jump up to Dimension X over those rocks. Bro, though that distance was insane. Yeah. She has never made a gap like that.
I pointed that out to Dark.
I think there should have been like a thing prior during her training where it's like you see that she could like obviously jump higher now, and that should have been the payoff of us seeing it happen, because she should have like been failing in the beginning, and then the end is like, oh, can she really do it now? And then they pay it off with her doing it, and like we see that happening, but she kind of just does it off screen in literally like what 2 minutes, and she's just there, and they don't explain that at all.
Right, like they didn't show how she got
that out
up.
while we watched it. Like on the first time we watched it, I pointed that out because even I like in the moment thought that was stupid how she got there so fast.
Yeah. But well, before we, I guess, see, because I have to try to like keep my thoughts organized. I get like too excited, and I have to like. So let's go back because you brought up the 11 scene like at the end. So like, what is your theory on like how she's alive? Because I don't think Callie did it. But how did she do it?
Like my thing is that I literally don't know, because I think Callie died before like the explosion even happened. Like I think she was dead prior, but like I can't logically explain how she got there, so I don't know how she's. Oh, I can't believe that she's like dead, because I don't know how she got to the upside down again.
So here's one theory that I thought of, like in regards to that, because I was wondering the same thing. What if the whole thing where, because remember how like 11 kind of saved Max when she was like dead? Yeah. I know like Callie was I know Callie was obviously like bleeding out, and that was a little different. But what if like that whole thing was just a scene to like show 11 or Hopper that she was dead when she really wasn't? Like she was astral projecting herself being shot.
Yeah, that could have been, yeah.
But then after that the only way that Mike's theory makes sense is if she like staged that she was dead when she wasn't, and then she followed them on the way out and was close enough to astral project to where they made that dream come true, where it's like, you know, we're both gonna die in here, it's for the best, and then they just made everyone think that because that was the only way to like move on from it. But yeah, I mean that leads to the same topic, which is ironically the first thing on my thing, is 11 with the amplifiers. I mean, she obviously couldn't have she couldn't have been in a van, because you saw how crippled like it made her. She couldn't just all of a sudden have the strength to get across the amplifiers. She would have been screaming in the back of the truck, cooked.
Yeah.
And why didn't they ever use the amplifiers on Henry?
That was my thing.
They knew it worked. Wouldn't that affect him too?
I think how would they even get that though? Because it was military tech.
Yeah,
like, yeah, but like steal it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been hard though for them, I think.
I mean, they take out the military so easily. Like, that
you
was
also gotta
another
remember though the
complaint.
time limit they had. Like all of that season happens in a time span of like 2 days.
Yeah, that is true.
Like they were in like a get go of like you can nerf him, and also if they did that, they like 11 couldn't fight him.
right. Well, I mean, at least it could help though. Like maybe I don't know.
He was also hiding in his head, so I don't know how you would smuggle that into his head anyway.
True. Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, right.
Because the whole plan was to go and kill him while Henry was in his own head, and the only reason that didn't work is because Vecna fucked over Hopper.
Right.
So Hopper shot the thing.
Yeah.
So like in their mind, they're like, well, we probably didn't even need it anyway, because they had the perfect plan.
Right.
Vecna just
Right.
outsmarted them.
True. That was honestly 200 IQ. That was like, well, I honestly thought that that's how they were gonna end it at first, which would have been crazy if he actually killed, like Hopper ended up killing 11. That would have been
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
thought
gosh,
she
yeah.
died.
Bro,
I thought she
that
died.
scene had me. That was one of the best scenes in the entire show.
bro. They had.
That
I think they
can't
could have
believe I
done so
fell
much
for a
more with
Vecna
that.
trap.
Yeah. Like I think if you're gonna make 11
I don't know.
die, even if it's not true, make her die in a way like that, where it's like, whoa, no one saw that. Like that was nuts. Like
Yeah.
I feel like she just died in the dumbest, most predictable way that they already kind of hinted at, and then we don't even know if she's dead, which I guess is the point, but still.
Yeah, I was gonna say they definitely did that in a way to give it an open ending.
Yeah, which I mean, I get it. It's up to the fan base. Like I get that's what they're going for, but
They said before the season even came out that this was something that they had planned since season 1.
yeah.
Was like the exact ending. So
So I guess at the very end, well, what is your theory, Dark? That like you don't know what your theory is, but you think she is alive?
Yeah, because I think it honestly it's just it's a writing issue from both theories. Like,
What's I'm saying? I feel like
I just think the only logical explanation is that she simply just never got on the truck
yeah.
yeah.
and either exited the upside down from somewhere else. Because first of all, there's no way for her to get out of the truck without being caught.
But she
Second of all,
is
there's no way
in
she
the
could've
truck.
got back to the
She
upside
jumps
down.
out. She jumps out with them. She jumps out. What could
That could have
have
been a clone or something. Yeah, like I don't know. Like
Yeah, I think it literally is just a writing and direction issue. They don't really think that
Yeah.
far of like what could have happened there logically.
Well, that's why I do think that they gave the Duff brothers a little bit too much. They're like, oh, you guys are geniuses. It's like, I think they need some backlash, and I don't know if they are
I've been
taking
seeing them
any of
get
it.
a lot of
or-
backlash. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I'm like,
They've been getting backlash for a little bit.
yeah, but they
Well,
said how
I
many
don't
times
know.
they're gonna explain something, and then they don't. In a
yeah,
lot
they were
of
like, "Oh,
interviews,
we'll
it's
be
just-
told in this final season," and it was like I walked out with more questions than I had before.
Yeah. So let's like at the end scene there, since we're like at that point now. So, oh, I guess I should have said spoiler alert, by the way. So if you made it this far, I mean, we already spoiled the ending. So Dr. K, like we all know that, you know, she's gonna be waiting there. That's whatever. I guess they never really said what happened to like Max and Robin at that point. Like I guess they just waited there, like, hey, you guys are gonna wait for them to come out. Like they found them and then
Max
like
and Vicky?
or Vicky, as I meant to say, yeah, sorry. I guess that was just understood, like, yeah, you guys are gonna we have you captive,
Oh,
you guys
wait.
just stay put while they
Yeah, I do have another. I have another question about that in that
What?
same kind of realm. Is like someone brought this up how prior to them going into the upside down again, like before the final battle, like Nancy kills a bunch of people, like military men, but then like once they come back after, and like Dr. K sees that, but then they're captured, and then nothing happens to them afterwards.
Man, that was literally
Like,
the
they're-
exact thing on my note. It said like she killed government employees, her and Hopper,
Yeah, like
and then was like, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? Mission over. Like we're done. Like what?
Yeah,
like,
so
what?
I
You
was-
be in
like,
prison
like,
the
they
rest of your
all
life.
should be
about that.
fugitives. Like they
I've been
shouldn't
thinking
be
about
allowed
that.
out.
But I don't know. My thing with it is that if they did go through with that, they would have to capture every single one of the kids as well for it. Because my thought was if they arrest them, all they would have to do is someone would have to speak to the press about all the pregnant women being kidnapped and being used as test subjects. Or test subjects. Excuse my speech impediment. And then they would be fucked. Like they would face so much pressure and backlash just for that alone. The reason I thought they did that was because one, they only cared for 11, so they saw 11 die, and they were like, "Oh, okay, well we don't even need to bother with these people.
Yeah, but they only cared for 11, but that's kind of my additional question here is like they still, from my understanding, had Callie's blood. They could have continued testing. Like the fact
that wasn't working though. They do explain that it wasn't working when they were like infusing the blood, although the pregnant women were like dying.
Yeah, they were dying, because... but like the government is never gonna stop trying shit. Like that's what I mean. Like in a situation like that, they're gonna want like the kids apparently know more than the government does, so they're gonna want to extract all the information from the kids. Like, how did you guys stop it? What was it? You know, they would have never been. No one would have ever lived a normal life again. They would have either had to join the government, kind of like when a hacker like hacks the government, they become like part of it. You know, like they're like, damn, you're really good. Like instead of arresting you, you could join us or you're going to prison. But I don't know. They don't give them that opportunity, I guess.
Well, I don't know, because the whole project they were working on revolved around 11 because she was the closest vessel to Vecna.
Yeah,
the only one with like the perfect blood or whatever. So when she died and the Upside Down being shut down, like they couldn't continue their testing to make new subjects at all.
Well, the Upside Down didn't exist when they were testing originally, though, with just the kids. So they could have just they could have started over. Not start over, but they had like.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing. 11's mom was brain dead, but why didn't they try using 11's mom's blood?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot more. Again, you did say this before we even started recording. A lot of that I think will get explained in the next spinoff, where they finally reveal what the fuck was in that briefcase Vecna opened.
Yeah,
I don't know why we have to wait for a spinoff for that, but that will probably explain a lot of the reasons for the testing.
Bro, the most important part of the show is like, yeah, you know, we might explain that in a, you know, something 10 years from now in an animated show.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, what the hell is the mind flare?
Like,
oh,
so
we'll explain
stupid.
that one day. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I just want to know what exactly it is that Vecna picked up that turned him into Vecna, and like where that came from.
And what did it show him? Like, I know that they briefly talked about what it showed him, but for him to then be like, when what's his face, Will was like, oh, you're just a boy like me, you know, you've been abused and blah 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 blah, and he's like, no, like I am it, I joined it, like but like why, like what was it that it showed you that was like, no, like I don't know, you know what I mean, like
but while we're on the topic of that exact scene, bro, I want to give a shout out to Jamie, because he fucking, bro, his acting in that scene,
bro, he's the highlight of the season.
I don't know, I saw like a breakdown of that exact scene, bro, when he says because he says we are one, like talking about like him and the mind flare, it's like because he is number one, you know, like he was the first test subject, but when he says that, he has like one singular tear come from half of his face. Oh my gosh, bro, I didn't even notice that on my first watch, but that was crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't even have noticed that unless you said that. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, like you gotta rewatch the scene after, just so you can see like the tear part.
Yeah.
And understanding like the references. It's so good.
Well, so I do think a lot of the metaphorical stuff that they put in there was just like a little too extra. Like they tried to make everything like metaphorical at one point, and that's where I didn't really like the writing. But one thing that I saw on Twitter was that they talked about way early in the show when they rolled a 20 on Dungeons and Dragons, got a critical hit, and then they were like, and I don't know if this is actually the Duff brothers or people were just making their own shit up because it's so open-ended, but it was 11 plus 8, which is 19, and then Will was the part of the 1, which is the 20, which is the critical hit, and they need all three of them to like beat Vecna. And I'm like, yeah, like if that's true, I guess that's cool, but like I don't know how much of this they were going for, and then the fans are just running with it. Like,
yeah, you know, giving the Duffer Brothers a little too much credit here.
So I mean, like, well, and speaking of like, I guess pop-ups, I didn't notice the way after the show they're showing the final dimension in like the first season. Like what kind of foreshadow? Like I don't know. That was a little too much to me. Like you could foreshadow, but not to like that extent.
Yeah, I think a big problem with that final season as a whole was that they needed to discover that the Upside Down was just a bridge in like season 2. Because that's what the original plan was, and that would have made way more sense than then figuring out how to get there and coming up with like the beanstalk plan or whatever in like 2 days. Or not even 2 days, it took them 30 minutes to think of how to exactly get there.
And 10 minutes.
That should have been built up way more.
Dude, and 10 minutes of it was I'm gay. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the plan.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that should have been revealed in season 2. Because that would have changed everything, and then that would have made that much, like, way more impactful. Them finally figuring out how to get up there.
Right.
And I think another just a big problem as a whole, I might be rambling here, is that they kind of abandoned the main cast for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whatever happened to Maury? Not
happened to
Maury.
who?
What the hell's his name?
Oh, Murray.
Murray. Yeah, Maury's the freaking
Yeah.
divorce guy. What happened? What happened to him, bro? They don't even talk about him again.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think as much as, like, Holly was a good character, she should not have gotten that much screen time.
No. She was made to be, like,
I
more
would disagree
important
with that.
than what she was, I
mean,
think.
I feel like she was, like, fine for... Because I think for that, though... Yeah, maybe. Because if they built her up to be that in the end...
Yeah.
Then yeah. But I think
But I'm just saying, everything but the main
this
cast was just... My only problem with that is that because of them giving Holly so much screen time, it took away from less of the main cast, which caused everybody to be crammed together all the time.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Joyce and Jonathan have, like, 3 lines of dialogue with each other throughout the entire series, that's unbelievable. No, they were, like, the 2 best characters in season 1. They had the best dialogue and the best chemistry in the whole show.
Right.
And they're like, oh, hey, now we're in the final season. You 2 are gonna never talk to each other? Like, come on. Or the fact with Will's coming out scene. Why was everybody there?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he could have told that to, like, 3 people.
There was no point for everyone to be there.
I think just everything with the main cast was way too crammed together. People were just in places they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, I did see the foreshadowing. Again, I've seen a lot of this stuff. So a lot of this isn't like original thought. I do have some original points. Like the government thing, I haven't really seen too many people talk about that. But like, I at least wrote that one out myself. But I saw them talk about Holly, like way in the show, and said like Vecna's plan involved Holly the whole time, and it showed her as a baby like walking when the lights were flickering down the hallway, and I'm like, okay, like I forgot about that, so sure, like that I can buy that, I guess.
Well, there's that, and then there's the fact that she resembles Henry's sister.
Yeah.
So like all of that would have made sense if they ever fucking elaborated on it. Like they just, like, I don't know. They like if Henry like explained himself
throughout the show, they have like crumbs, but it's like not enough for you to be like, yeah, Holly's gonna be a main character at some point.
Yeah. Or they could have just had Henry, even if it was like 3 lines of dialogue, could have had Henry say something about it to make it make sense.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't. Like the whole thing about him like picking her because she looks like his sister. Like that would have made so much sense if it was coming from Henry. And that would explain the whole thing of, like, maybe why he was going after Nancy in the first place.
Right.
I don't know. There was a lot they could have explained.
Like, to not say anything that happened to Dr. K at all, like, she just moved on with her life, I think is stupid.
Yeah, like, they should have given the government, like, an actual ending.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it kind of interrupts the epilogue a little bit, but that could have been, like, the first part of it, and then you kind of go to the epilogue. Like the full epilogue, but they kind of just skim over whatever happens with the government. Like they're just gone.
Right.
That's always been my problems with time skips, though. Is that like you kind of just have to just imagine what happens rather than anything being true canon.
But I feel like they had so much time and resources to not need to leave it like that. That's what bothered me. Like I saw one thing where the ring that Hopper gives at the end is the same ring that they used in the Jonathan scene. Like, brother, we can't get a new prop.
Yeah.
Like, how much money do we got? Like, we're using the exact same ring. Like, that's crazy to me. And that's where, like, I can't give them as much credit as I did because I feel like they just started getting sloppy and, like, didn't care. It's almost like they lost their love for it. Like, the way the show started is not, like, the same energy of, like, how it ended, in my opinion. Like, it started insane season 1 and 2, and then it just, like, it seemed like the whole vibe just switched. Like everything.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It was like backwards.
No, okay. Season 3 is one of my most beloved seasons of TV ever, but that kind of fucked them up for a little bit. Because I feel like after that, you know, because it was so bright and colorful during that season.
Yeah.
Compared to season 1 and 2, which, you know, were filmed in the dark like half of the time. So they kind of started leaning more towards the bright lights and, you know, making it look more like a Disney show rather than the low budget horror show that it was before,
Right.
which I think made it lose a lot of its sauce.
No, that's valid. Yeah.
And like I don't know, they were too scared to put characters into conflict with each other. Like the fact that the worst we got between Jonathan and Steve was them climbing up the tower faster than one of another was so stupid. Because you look at season 1 and Jonathan beats the hell out of him.
True. Yeah.
You know, Steve's sitting there pushing him around, calling him gay, saying he killed his brother. Jonathan beats his ass, and now they're like, "Oh, hey, you're still talking to my girlfriend? Let's race up this tower."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
what?
They had crazy. I do agree. Now that you're saying that, like I know exactly what you mean. They had like crazy, like conflicts amongst each other, and then out of nowhere, it's just like the softest thing. Like, oh well, you know, we're all in it together. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah, like I watched this scene yesterday. I saw it on Twitter of when Joyce is still like going crazy over the Christmas lights or whatever during Will's funeral, and Jonathan is like chases her outside of the car. Just that whole dialogue right there. Like they would never do that in a modern season.
Yeah.
Like I legit, like I might be wrong, but I can't think of a conflict that was nearly as heated. And did like season 5 or really 4.
I mean, I guess they did Steve and Dustin, right? That was probably it. Jonathan.
Yeah, and that was like the best scene of the season. That was one of the best parts.
Yeah. I also think they could have done.
Really
I didn't think he was going to discover a book. I feel like they could have also unveiled that a little differently. Like, bro, listen, this is one thing. They gave the kids way too much credit over like the professionals, and I get it. These kids are like involved and talented, but the fact that Dustin is now all of a sudden like he was always smart, but he just turns into a super genius out of nowhere, like the smartest guy in the world, can read a book and understand, you know, insane physics.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah, but then it's like you go to season 1 and they're like trying to figure out how to use the compass, and they could go and ask like Mr. Clark or whatever.
Right, and then
like, that was
Mr.
something
Clark
that made the
is
show
like
so special.
Yeah, they're making like the Mr. Clark dude like insubordinate now to Dustin. Like Dustin's
Yeah.
like his goat now.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, well.
I feel like the show just lost a lot of its credibility when it started to feel less and less realistic. Which you know, given they have superpowers and whatever, it wasn't very realistic. But the fact that the kids like were like scared and didn't know what they were doing half the time made it, you know, they seem like real humans.
Right. Well, let's add to that of the kids having so much fucking power. You're telling me dipshit Derek is out strengthening Vecna's alien arm to bring Holly into the cave.
Yeah, or he's fitting through that hole. I don't believe that.
No,
that was the biggest plot hole.
Let's talk about the
How
hole,
did he
bro.
fit
That's
through
on
that
my
hole?
list. Let's talk about that, bro. Like, come on. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
How did he fit through that?
They,
Max couldn't fit
They
through
legit, yes, they showed Max actively struggling, and then they're like, all right, guys, go through. And they're like, well, we gotta skip this part, because how the fuck are we gonna get Derek through this hole? Like, no shit.
Yeah.
I like Derek's character as a whole, though. Like, his little, like, kid badass thing where he's like, fuck you, Vecna. Like, that was honestly kind of cool.
Yeah.
He was the right comic relief. Oh, wait. Where the fuck are dipshit Derek's parents? Did we leave them in the barn, bro?
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
Did we just leave them in the barn?
The Turnbows, yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, they just got left there, yeah.
Bro, so many acts
What
of
about
war
Ted?
crime.
Like nobody, like, bro, nobody ever
Yeah.
brings up Ted, man. Like, he,
Wait,
like,
who's Ted?
Nobody
bro,
bothered to
Karen
check
gets
on
like
him
this,
while he was in the
like,
hospital.
Karen
Yeah,
gets
exactly.
this
Who's
badass
Ted?
scene,
Yeah.
dude. Like, bro, Karen gets this
Right,
badass
right,
scene
right.
at like the end, and then like Ted is just he's just dead. Like
Yeah,
no one gives a
not
fuck
to
about
mention-
Ted.
Not to mention, Karen had the actual fight scene. Ted pulls up with a golf club and gets destroyed in 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, Ted does nothing the whole show. And they could have redeemed him like this season, but no, he gets shit on it and never mentioned again.
Yeah, and it's like,
To
bro,
the
no
very
wonder,
end.
no wonder your wife was ready to cheat on you with Billy. But you're a loser.
He is a loser.
Well, actually, like, because this is like unrelated to Ted, but the government thing, what, like, in the blood, I forgot to mention this before. Why don't, like, after they escape, why didn't they try to take like Will's blood or test any of them further? Like, you're telling me that they ran a whole thing where everyone's quarantined, everyone's getting tests. They even make a comment on the way out. You're gonna let all that like dirty air in here, and she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I want to breathe it in." Like, what? Like, why are we
Yeah.
just ignoring the fact that you guys should not be breathing this shit? And the government just lets it go. Like, yeah, you know, no further testing. Everyone live happily ever after. Like, that just was so rushed. That just pissed me off.
The entire government, like, ending just kind of annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
And all of that was stupid.
Like, because it was so toxic in the beginning. They're in there with gas masks. They can't breathe it in. And then at the end, everyone's like, oh, it doesn't hurt. We can just breathe it in. I don't get that. They literally went in hazmat suits in there. And it goes to the government involvement before. It's actually, not only did they do it once, they did it twice. Where after, like, Hop made the deal and was like, yeah, you know, whatever deal he made, where they're like, oh, let the kids be kids and, like, we move on from this. Even though he was, like, hiding 11. They just, I don't know what that is, that they just let that go. Like, we never found out what deal they made. Like, it's another just government thing where it's like, oh, yeah, the government just said you guys could live and do your crawls now. Like, they obviously don't know about the crawls, but I don't. I'm just getting. The more I talk about it, the more frustrated I get, because I genuinely was like starting to get mad. Like, with how many years I've invested in this show, I just feel like they did not do it justice. They had so much more they could have explained.
Like, personally, I think the ending itself, for all the characters, maybe not 11. I think the ending itself was good for the characters and kind of how I would want it to be, but like, there's just a lot of questions that just were never answered at all, and it kind of annoys me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad they didn't do anything crazy. I'm glad it didn't do anything crazy like time travel, or it's like all a dream and like a campaign. I'm glad all those theories were wrong. Like, I'm so glad they didn't do anything like that.
If it was a dream, bro, I don't know what I would do.
I would have actually punched my monitor down, and we wouldn't have finished the show. I swear to God,
Dude.
we wouldn't have finished the end.
Like, I like the idea of Mike staying in Hawkins and not being able to move on for like at least a long time.
But why'd they let Hopper move on so quick?
I think it's the fact that he kind of went through this already. Like, I think he was kind of able to move on faster than a lot of the other characters.
Yeah.
Mainly because he's already been through it.
Well, now we're getting into the territory where I give my theory of what happened.
Oh, okay.
Which I have not seen anyone mention this. So, I mean, maybe they did. But if they didn't, or if they did, I came up with the first. Fuck you. You know how at the end, when Hopper is... I thought of this today, ironically. When Hopper's talking to Joyce and was like, hey, you know, I got a job. Well, mind you, he's also a government war criminal who went missing. That just is head of police again. Sure, no one's gonna ask or wonder. That he was, sure, but just moving on. Then he gets a new job.
Mainly, who was also dead technically to the town.
Right, that's what I mean.
He came back to life.
Right.
To the people of Hawkins.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, no questions asked. Thanks, Chief. Welcome back. Where have you been? No, not where you've been. Just thanks for coming back. But what if when he, you know, at the end where he's like, I got this this job in Montauk. I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's actually Montauk.
Montauk.
You idiot.
Sorry. So he mentions that, right? And we know, but I'm pretty sure you guys know that it's based off of, you know, the conspiracy of the Montauk project, right? Mm-hmm. So, what if that is the kind of government involvement is just like he was before, where he made the deal? What if him moving is him telling Joyce, like, oh, you know, I'm going to be chief of police here, but the whole time like the reason why they're able to leave and they don't mention Dr. K is because he actually works with her, and I guess the only way they were able to make out this deal is that he's part of the government project going forward, and he's kind of leading the show with her. I just don't think they would stop testing. Bro,
Penguin, I'm not gonna lie, that is a really good theory.
Maybe he joins the government, like he did kind of once already.
I mean, yeah, because you could say that too, because you could even like morally justify it by saying he's doing it so all of the kids don't get in trouble.
Right.
So you don't have to make him a bad guy by continuing the test, and he's like, I'm doing it so none of you get fucked over.
But maybe that's also why he's not upset over the 11 thing, because he has a way to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he would have been beat up more. I get the whole logic that, like, he went through it before, but maybe he knows something that other people don't. Like, he has I don't know. Something just didn't seem right about it.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, me also fishing for something that makes sense. I really don't give them that much credit to do that. I would like it if they did, but
Well, I mean, it makes sense because that is the rumored spinoff that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's about Hopper and Joyce and Will.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool.
Because that's the funny thing, as you know, fucking Noah Schnapp is gonna be hanging on to this role for dear life because he's never getting employed again.
Yeah, he's cooked. Yeah,
bro,
this is it.
He was so bad that season.
He had his moments. I don't understand actors like that who are like randomly kind of good and then they go through scenes that are just terrible, and I don't understand it. Maybe it's a direction thing. Like, I don't know. He had some decent scenes, and then he's just terrible. Like a majority of like the show, his line reading is so flat.
Dude, when he became Vecna, he's a badass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page there.
I was like, that was cool. But, like that finally did something fun. And at the end, when he took over Vecna, I'm like, oh my god, like you're finally a normal character, and like I give you some props for that.
Yeah, I thought one of his by far his best scene was when he took over Vecna to talk to Max.
Yeah, that was tough. Or even the end,
really good.
when he saved 11, like I still think that was cool. But one thing I thought of the way that they could have ended it better about a lot of the questions I had, like that we had, is do like that old 80s style ending where they do little time card pop-ups. Like my one friend mentioned that to me. Yeah. Like, oh, Hopper lived to, I don't know, do like, even if it's corny, it's like, just give me the 1 millisecond of. Oh fuck! I fucked up, chat. Oh my god!
I just think the only reason they didn't do that is because they clearly have spin-offs planned for some of these characters, and don't want to ruin it.
Right, and I hope so, because then I'll be less mad.
Because I just want to say, it was the '80s. I wasn't alive, but things were a lot different back then.
Yeah, I mean you were not accepting of that. Just was not a thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, bro. People were pretty homophobic back then.
They absolutely were.
And I'm not saying every character had to be homophobic, but if I figured out that my best friend that I've had my entire life was like in love with me, and was like constantly flirting with me while I had a girlfriend,
right?
It would throw me off a little bit. I wouldn't be like, oh no, it's whatever, and then just act like it never happened. I would have a conversation about it at least.
Yeah, like to never even mention it again, just to be like. Yeah.
It was so
I was wondering why you're looking at my ass a lot, but sure, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But then, like, was it the justifying thing of like, I'm so scared right now. Dude, I just hear so many noises. Like, where people go through the phase of like, oh, I thought I liked you, but I didn't. It's like, bro, you did. You liked them. Like what? You definitely liked them. Like you literally obsessed with them your entire life. You it's like a Baywatch movie when you saw him. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't pretend like, oh, I thought I did, but I didn't.
Like, you've been building to that for 4 seasons, and the best line you could come up with was, I don't like girls.
Right.
Or if anything, if you wanted to reveal him being gay and have it hold that much more emotional impact, you should have him confess to Mike.
Yeah.
Whether than everybody in a room, or just even Joyce or Jonathan. I don't know. This is what I'm saying by just crammed everybody into it. That scene had no emotion because everybody had to be a part of it for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
or even some kind of it wouldn't even have to be Will and Mike directly. Like, have Mike have a conversation with Joyce about it. That would have been really good too. Just have somebody bring it up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna break the news with Robin. Like, that would have been normal to me. Like, you know what? I think I agree with you. Like, I feel the same kind of way you do. I don't know. Not everyone had to know right then and there.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If you wanted everybody to find out at the same time, having Vecna bring it up, and have everybody be confused and have some kind of conflict or some actual emotion or feelings about it instead of just saying "or me."
Yeah.
That would have been way better.
Especially the time frame is, like you said, that's the biggest thing. Like, people would be like, what do you mean? And then for him to be like, well, he had to backtrack. I don't like girls. Well, I do like girls, but not like how you guys do.
Not the way. Yeah, Like, what are you talking about?
It's like, brother, we understood what you meant the first time. You don't have to explain. Well, no, I like girls. Like, I'm not sexist. Like, brother, shut the fuck up. Like, no one thought that. Like, why are you explaining that? Well, I guess in regards to the Dimension X thing. So, once they save the kids, and they you know they unhook Vecna's dick or whatever the fuck that they are hooked up with.
Yeah.
The mind flare shit goes up into the air in that world, but as we know, it finds a host. So like, is it actually dead? In my mind, no, because
No, I don't think it's dead. I think it's stuck in that other world.
yeah, like so they have to. I know they said that they're gonna explain like in a spinoff how it got there, but like how the hell do you kill it? It just turns to dust and then goes live somewhere else. So like what? It's just invincible? Like is that?
Well, the thing is that they kind of explain it by saying that the upside down is the only bridge between the X dimension and the real world. So by blowing up the bridge, he's stuck in that world forever.
Yeah, but
so the only
like,
way he would really be able to come back is for somebody to reopen the upside down.
but we don't know what it is.
Possible.
Like they had to explain the rock
Yeah.
and like what is it? Like you're telling me the whole show is so built on like scientific-y stuff, and then they just don't explain the science of it. Like give me some bullshit thing. Like, oh, it's from a third dimensional planet and there was a story on it here. Dustin read about it. Sure, I'll buy it. I don't care if it's 2 minutes. Just it doesn't have to be so involved.
Yeah, no, in that spinoff, we need to figure out what exactly it is, how the first dude even got it in the first place, where it came from, and who he was hiding from. I kind of imagined he got it from the government, was hiding from the government. Because, he starts going on that whole rant to Henry where he's like, they sent you.
Yeah. Well, to that point, so if he knew about it, like he knows what it does, he knows what it shows you, why did it, I'm guessing the Mind Flayer chose Henry because, he was a young kid and, easily manipulable and stuff. But like, that means someone would have had to experience whatever the Mind Flayer does to you before for them to know the knowledge of it. So who did it do it to before Henry? Like it had to, they're aware of what it was and what it did. And he's like, no, the government, like I get it was a government project, but then you have to explain the background of like, how the hell did they know? Like, so that means there's more of it. Like they know more.
Yeah. And there could be other things like that will just like reopen the upside down and shit.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, I'm so scared they're gonna go down like the Walking Dead route, where the show ended and then every character has a spin-off season with 500 seasons, or a spin-off show with.
That's what I'm saying.
Seasons.
Like, don't turn into a money grab because everyone's gonna watch it too. Like, please just tell the show and end it. Like, you don't have to just make. If they make an animated show, I'm gonna be pissed. The show is not meant to be. Did you see the tweet?
Well, I don't know. Have you seen the animated show that they are making?
Is it true?
Yeah. It's just that's like a silly, funny spin-off between seasons 2 and 3. Like that has no relevance to anything really.
Bro, don't make that shit at all. Like,
I don't know. I don't mind it as long as it's funny and doesn't have any kind of important lore to it.
I feel like
it
will.
Just some, going to the arcade or whatever.
I feel like it's gonna have some.
It probably
like
will,
you're gonna have to watch it to be like, oh yeah, to clear up any of the missed stuff, we covered it in the fucking cartoon. Like no. Oh my god, I just almost jumped off. Don't cover it in the cartoon.
Well, hang on. What was it? They like revealed something in that VR game.
What?
Yeah, I barely knew this thing existed. There was a Stranger Things VR game that revealed some very important lore.
You're kidding.
That they backtracked on because they got scared and then said it wasn't canon. So they rewrote it and then put it into season 5.
What?
I mean, they did the same shit to play,
but without
the retconning.
So there is lore from the play. Wait.
Yeah, like the musical.
The play.
And a lot of the musical, the play musical has relevance to season 5, like a lot of relevance.
Yeah.
Not to the point where you couldn't understand it without watching the show, but there's a lot of other backstory that they have in that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on Netflix or not.
Yeah, see, this is what it was. In the oh wait, hang on. Wait, my bad. Hang on.
Because someone said because someone had asked on Twitter oh, what's in the box, and then someone quote tweeted was oh, you gotta watch the play to find out, before they revealed it in the show. And then I find that kind of dumb.
Yeah, don't release information like that. Like, give me the fucking answer.
Yeah. This is what the VR game had. So first of all, it gave you like a deep character study on Vecna. Like you learned about his motivations and his perspective on a lot of things. But what it actually revealed was the relationship between Vecna and the Mind Flayer. Like, that is so important.
That's insane.
And they revealed that in a VR game that most people don't even know existed.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because you play the game from Vecna's point of view.
Right.
Yeah, like it shows you his some of his backstory, his relationship with Dr. Brenner. It shows you the Mind Flayer's influence.
Yeah, that's in a VR.
In a VR game that came out like last year, I think.
Like they can't spread information across 50 different platforms like that. Like tell me it all at once.
I think like that play should have literally been like already established lore just in the past.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
it causing too much lore, like just lore impact. I find that so dumb. I like the idea of it. Like I would watch that. Like I would pay for a ticket to see that, but I wouldn't want serious lore implications in a fucking musical.
Well, let's backtrack because you guys keep saying play and it keeps like striking a thing that I wanted to bring up. For the play of Henry's mind, why like they did not discuss that play at all? Like where they traveled through that memory?
Mm-hmm.
Why was that significant? Because they didn't just show it once or twice. They showed it a couple times.
That's also in the real life play. Why?
Yeah, but how old was Henry during this play?
Around the same age as when Joyce, because most of the characters, like either their dads or like Joyce and Hopper and Henry, they all know each other in high school. Like Karen and Ted, they all knew each other in high school. That's what the basis of the real life play is.
Yeah, but they don't say that in the show. They pretend like they have no idea who these people are.
They allude to it like when Max is going through it the first time, but they don't explain that. Again, it's a thing. It's so stupid. It's lore implications from a thing that barely anybody has watched,
right?
And they just randomly throw it in. So you'd have to basically watch a play, buy a ticket to a play, because I just checked, it's not on Netflix. You'd have to buy a ticket to a real life musical to kind of get more understanding on what is happening in the show. Like that's dumb.
They want me to go on a murder mystery case to legit just tell me the show, brother. I've been watching for 10 years. Like I don't want to watch it. Well, you got to check this part on the VR, and you got to watch the animated show season 2, episode 1 for this, and then like fuck off. Tell me the answer.
You gotta buy a ticket in real life to this play.
Yeah.
And if it's not near you, you gotta travel like 5 hours.
And then you have to drive
somebody
to New York.
Like me? You think these people are coming to Wyoming?
If you go to New York on the coordinates that we give you, you can see why Vecna acted the way he did, because we have a sign that says it in real life.
If it was near me, I would 100% go watch it. Like I would want to watch that. Like I wanted to watch it when they announced it. But like, come on now. Like I would not want there to be any lore implications in that. And the fact that there is, some backstory between Henry and Joyce and Hopper, Ted and Karen, like that's stupid. They also retcon Ted and Karen a little bit in that too. Because Ted and Karen are not supposed to be in like the same age range, but I guess it's just nothing.
They did that in season 5 too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
She's supposed to be younger than him.
Yeah, like see them making out or whatever.
The age shit doesn't make sense because it's Henry like comes off as like a teenager when he's with 11, but he's like what? He's old. He's like 30 something, right?
But I think that's his body. Like that also has to go around. Wait, I'm trying to think about when he was in the lab with 11. He looked like that. But that was around the same time that 11 escaped. But Joyce didn't look that old. Like, she looked older than Henry at the time.
Right.
That's always been really confusing to me, a little bit. Like, the age difference between Joyce and Henry.
I can clear up Henry for you guys real quick.
Okay.
So, he was around 32. Because he was born in 1947, and then he murdered his family in 59, and then that's when he got imprisoned.
But with the play,
he was 32.
they were running tests on him, weren't they?
Yeah, but he remained in the lab from 1959 to 1979, so he was there for 20 years.
And
so he was 12 when he got taken.
But how did he go to high school with them?
But then how did he go to high school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wouldn't have been able to go to high school. They'd be running tests on him. That's why it makes no sense. Like, that literally is a massive plot hole.
Yeah, that play fucks a lot of stuff up.
Yeah.
Which genuinely makes me upset because there's no way to explain the age difference or how they didn't know him or how he was even in high school in a play.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. In the like real life play, Joyce and Henry, I think, interact, but she has no interactions with him in the show that like would suggest that. Like,
right.
So, like, they know each other in high school, but they don't talk in the show. So there's no like, it's so stupid. And it is canon. Like the Dever brothers said, that play is canon. So
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you think they could have, like, dude, the fact that they knew him in high school, they could have done so much with that.
Yes. They could explain the entire show there.
And just the fact that Joyce was the one who was being fucked with from the very beginning because Will got taken. You think that, considering Vecna was behind all of it, Joyce would have been like, oh, hey, that's Henry Creel. Did they ever tell her that? Is that ever mentioned after...
No,
Nancy
that's what I'm saying.
They
don't
call
even
him Henry a lot though. Like they refer to him as Henry a good bit in the show.
Well, but
yeah, but I mean,
Zane, what you said, like when they go through the memory and find that, they never like, hey Joyce, by the way, you know you went to high school with him, right? Like they just don't even like.
Yeah, you think one of them would bring that up? like
that's pretty important. Be like, oh, you know you knew him, right?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Like that is huge information.
I don't know. I kind of hope Hop is on like the whole Montauk. What is it? Why do I keep fucking it up?
Montauk.
The Montauk project is literally like Hopper's leading it. Like that's his thing. Like that'd be cool. I would not be upset with that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they explain that, but I feel like they could fill a lot of this stuff in through that and let like Hop lead the thing, and then that's why the kids don't have repercussions or to go to jail or anything else, because nothing else makes sense on that.
Yeah, and you can even explain it on why he's like so cheerful or whatever after 11 dies. Is you can just say he's so like delusional and just mentally ill from losing everybody that he thinks he's just gonna find a way to bring 11 back.
Yeah.
So then you can have a whole show of him just spiraling down mentally.
Right.
Because then maybe, just maybe, crazy thought here, we can have a conflict between two characters of him and Joyce. Going back and forth while he's mentally ill. Like, that sounds like cinema to me. Like, that sounds so good.
Right. Like, you're not going to find her, Hop. She's dead. Like, you know, like, that's tough.
Yeah, and then he's talking about I'll make another one or whatever. Like, I'll just remake her. And then you have all these conflicts and just absolutely insane ideas.
Yeah. Or, like, and, no, we have her mother's blood. Like, we'll make another one. Like, some psychotic, like, make him go nuts or something.
Yeah. Like, I miss when the show was dark and just mess up when all of the characters were obviously not okay.
Right.
Like, just, bro, like, they lost so much sauce, bro.
And that's why, like, I when people ask me, do you like it? I'm like, yeah, I liked it. And then I talk about it and I start getting mad. And I'm like, did I like it? Like, I'm starting to not like it now. Like,
yeah. No, I'm going to say it again. I thought the epilogue was perfect after everything, but I think everything before the epilogue could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you ignore the rest of Season 5, I think that last episode was just fine. I thought it was a good way to end the show.
I think they could, if they would have just focused more on the second to last episode and stopped all these, like, stupid-ass sidebar conversations that really meant nothing to the story. Yeah. Like, there was just a lot of fluff in the, like, second to last episode to me.
Yeah.
And
like another thing with that last episode too, I'm glad. Did you see them explain why the Demogorgons and bats didn't have anything to do with that final fight?
No, but
because the Duffer Brothers came out and announced or said what it was.
Was it because they at least from Twitter, is because they were part of the Mind Flayer? Like that was the final form. So
no, that's not what it was. The reasoning makes sense, but it still is kind of stupid. Their reasoning for it was that Vecna was so surprised that they found a way to get there so fast that he just wasn't prepared.
My ass. He was literally in their minds, brother. Like
he saw the memory of them planning. That's what doesn't make sense to
right.
me. But I mean, even while watching the show, I was like, oh, like I don't think 11 should have been there that fast anyway. So I guess you can logically say he didn't think 11 would get there that fast, but he knew they were going to be there eventually.
Yeah.
Unless he thought his plan would go through and he would have taken over the world by then. Well, I don't know.
I mean, they did like stop it right at the buzzer to take over the world. So like, maybe I could buy that like he was taking it back when 11 like ripped him from the chair. But even that, like those were soft ass fights. Like you're telling me the best you could do. Like you had 11 break limbs, like rip people's like neck off earlier in the show, and then you have the fight with the final boss, and you just like, oh, we'll throw you off the chair, buddy. Like show me some action.
That part I didn't like the fact that she just kind of ran in there without like she just goes in there randomly, not randomly, but it's just so quick. There's like no, like she ends it so fast, like the ritual that they were doing to combine the worlds.
Yeah.
Like I just want to say, Vecna has been preparing all of this from the beginning. He orchestrated everything, and you mean he didn't? You want to tell me the smartest character in the show didn't have a plan for if like 11 found him before he was able to pull this off?
Bro, and the strongest. Like 11 just tossed him around. Like, you know, her training on little pumpkins is better than the dude that's literally the core of the show and has the most power in the show. I don't get it. And like, since we're talking, like you mentioned Dimension X, and I wanted this to be more organized, but it's fine because fuck it. Dimension X did not look cold to me. Did I look cold? Because I thought that shit thrives in the cold. That shit looked like the desert.
Yeah.
Like what? I expect that shit to be like an ice zone
to get ready for the cold. Or...
Right. Like what?
And it would have been so cool to see the contrast between the dark and gloomy red upside down to Dimension X being the blue, snowy, bright, other like opposite dimension.
Yeah, because they never. Yeah, that would have been really cool actually.
Because then you have the Earth, which is the mix of the two, and that would have made the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But the fact you go up there and it's like just silver everywhere, like it's one color.
Like it was cool,
There's
but
no monsters up there.
But they talked like, especially with the Dr. K thing, like about how she already knew the signs of like where they thrived and what temperatures and everything. Like it would make sense that correlated to where they're going.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. Like when she like banished Vecna, how did she like push him to a spot that she didn't even know existed?
That's what I wasn't mentioning that, but I was gonna mention something similar to that. They don't explain that either.
Like, yeah, you banished him to this reality, but like, how did you know that you could even like? I get it, you just were power crazy, just like did something, but
she does the same thing to
in the fight in the lab.
Yeah,
about the fight in the lab.
Yeah.
Well, it's when they like combine their powers. Are you talking about how like when they tear open the portal? Because she doesn't like banish him. They fight, and then the powers open the portal, and then he gets pushed through the portal. And then that's when he turns into the monstrous Vecna.
Yeah, but how did she know to like send him there? Like she didn't really know of the Upside Down. Like she's just like yelling and using powers, and she doesn't even know what they do. And she's able to.
Well, yeah, well that's because they just open the portal, and then she just sends him through the portal, and then the portal like closes or whatever. So it's not like she did that on purpose.
Yeah, doesn't she pass?
She just opened the portal. Yeah.
Well, no, she didn't pass that nation because she turns around.
Did she not?
Did she
does.
I think. Yeah, she turns around to Brenner, I think.
Well,
and then maybe she passed that out. She looks at Brenner, but I don't remember.
That's actually
and also
the speaking out thing, or the passing out thing. I mean, speaking out, the passing out. Why? So the first time Will like tapped in, he was like cooked. Why all of a sudden, like in the end, he's not like in shambles after like being in the. He's literally like in the mine, like naturally, like without even effort. Like I get he's closer, but is it because he's maybe that's justified because he's so close it doesn't take as much power? I don't know. That's the only explanation I have for that.
Yeah, that could probably make sense.
Oh wait,
his proximity, the hive mind is much closer.
Yeah, I don't mean to go back to the thing we were just talking about the portal or whatever.
No, you're fine. We're gonna go back and forth. It's a lot. It's fine.
Yeah, but you gotta remember in season 5 we now know that Vecna was already connected to the Mind Flayer while this was happening. So what happens is that the portal opens to Dimension X, the abyss or whatever. So that's where like the mind flyer is there or whatever, and then that's how they open the upside down. Like that's why the upside down gets opened.
So was that his plan the whole time then though, for like to almost get sent to that reality? Because couldn't he just make that move to the mind flare himself? Like what was his real plan of like helping Elle escape? You know, like, was he purposely trying to get sent there? But he should have enough power to just open it himself. Like, why is he even... If he wanted to change the world, why didn't he just, like, say fuck Elle and everybody else? Why didn't he just go into the reality himself and just work with the Mind Flayer solo? Like, why is he even, like...
Well, because he wanted... Because, like remember, 11 is the closest thing to number 1.
Right, right.
He is the closest thing to Vecna. Or she is. He wanted 11 to come and help him.
Okay, and then when she said
so
that
when
makes
11
sense. Yeah,
that's why they fight. That's why they fight is because she was like, "No, I'm not gonna help you."
Right, that makes sense. Okay, because that. Oh yeah, right. Because then them two together.
His whole thing, his whole initiative is that he wants to, take over the world that betrayed him or whatever.
Yeah.
By making him kill his parents and all that. So that was the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense. And then we already talked about like The Rock and whatnot.
Yeah.
So this is a stupid question and probably has no answer, but Max was in a coma. Well, two things about Max. The first thing, she wrote all those letters. They never mentioned them again. They never brought them back up. They like just fuck the letters. Like, okay, it was this big emotional scene, and then just had never mentioned again. Seems stupid, but sure. But the real question was, how, after being in a coma for 2 years, does she graduate? Like, they didn't have like No Child Left Behind back then. Like,
yeah,
what? Like, she should not have been graduating.
How did any of them graduate?
Yeah, like they were not in school. I mean, well, I guess during the what's it called? They were the crawls. They probably were still going to school, right?
Yeah, they were in school during the crawls.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
prior
just.
To the...
I know there's not really an answer to that, but I just thought that was stupid. Like, obviously, she was out of school for years. Like, you're not graduating.
I know we're not talking about like what people say that's stupid, but like I just want to bring this up because it made me a little angry. Somebody on TikTok was like, "Oh, how did Max like at the end of season 4, she has like all her bones broken, but then all of a sudden they're like fixed." And it's like, what are you talking about? Like that's how like bones work. like what are you talking about?
Yeah, did he think that the doctors just like left him there? Or left her there while she was in that coma? Like, didn't know surgical repairs on her?
Yeah, like...
It was like, oh, she's in a coma. We're not going to fix any of her broken bones. She can just sit there and fucking die.
Yeah, it was assumed they were treating her for sure, yeah. So, I guess another thing is, like, we're just assuming Susie and Dustin just, like...
Yeah,
even though she was a huge, important plot to the the first one.
I did ask that multiple times when we were watching it, like, how Susie she's just never brought up again.
I mean,
I think that was... You can kind of just assume that because remember Susie was like getting in trouble by her parents because she's extremely religious and Steve is like agnostic. And also with the death of Eddie, him being all depressed and everything, I can imagine him not wanting to put in the effort for a long distance relationship.
Well, they went to different schools and stuff and they were far apart, so maybe they just like called it. But like
someone also said like,
how hard is it to say that out loud?
Like Susie like last season, how like season 4 Susie got in trouble for like changing Dustin's grades. She got banned from the computer or something like that. So like that ended their relationship or whatever. I guess that can be assumed, but
yeah, I feel like they could have at least mentioned it for literally a second. Like, yeah, you know, it just didn't work out between me and Susie. Like, too much going on, and then just leave it at that.
Yeah, or have Steve, or I mean, that could have been a good thing for Steve to bring up during their confrontation when he brought up Eddie.
Right.
Be like, oh, like, you fucked it up with Susie too, or whatever, and then it's like, we know, or have someone like Lucas or Mike make a joke about it.
Yeah, that's also
like, oh, the
true.
same way you mess it up with Susie or whatever. Like, you don't even have to explicitly say it.
Right.
You could just bring it up and like obviously be like, oh, okay, well, they broke up.
Like, I'm talking, they could have answered so many of these little things with like 6 seconds of dialogue, and I would have just let it go. I would have been disappointed, but I've been like, you know what, good enough for me. So when Will, he obviously no, my boat. Oh, sorry, I fell in the water. What was I saying? Oh, so you know how the Demogorgons and everything, like when they burn, the whole mind's affected, right? Like if I'm understanding.
Yeah.
So why does when they're literally killing the mind flayer, why is Vecna not affected and why is Will not affected?
Well, because Will's gay.
I mean, that might be the answer, genuinely. Like I don't.
Because Will's gay.
But he was affected before. Because last time they did it, he felt the pain. They're like, stop it, stop it.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't feel the pain anymore? Like, I don't get why. Like, in my mind, he should have, when they were like literally killing Vecna, he should have been feeling that.
Yeah, because I think the Mind Flayer was feeling it, but I think you're right. Will was definitely not feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally like fighting like nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
So that's just, I don't know, maybe they'll explain it. I have so many maybes and I hope that they do, but I don't know, man.
But like Penguin said that, like how when you hack into the government or whatever, they're like, you can work with us or whatever. No, you can't say for absolute certain that the Upside Down will not reopen. So
Right.
they could be like, all right, we're going to sign NDAs, but we're going to keep you alive because if this happens again, we're going to need you guys to come help us.
Yeah, because I feel like they would be scrapping for information. Like, you guys have to, because obviously they know more than the government does. So, like, they would be like, no, you have to explain this to us. You have to, like, there's no way that they would just be like, okay, go ahead. Sorry. I'm glad you guys figured out we couldn't. A bunch of kids in high school can solve the mystery of physics, but, the entire government system of trained experts can. Speaking of that, trained experts, I guess Nancy just becomes a military SWAT professional out of nowhere. Just the best.
That's Nancy Walkham Down Wheeler, yeah.
Yeah, right. You underestimate her.
Like, give me one scene where Hopper is like training her or something, and I'll buy it. Like, okay,
He hands her the gun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's kind of the scene.
What the fuck is this, like Mike?
Like
you just transfer your powers?
Like Mike.
Like, I don't get it.
I mean, there is the part of in season 1, I guess, where her and Jonathan do learn how to do everything. Where they like go out and they're like shooting back together and understanding how to work the gun.
Yeah, but that is a handgun. That's like less powerful than an assault rifle that she uses.
I did see a clip of her like when she's backed up in the corner of the cave with the mind flayer like pursuing her. She puts the clip in backwards, which is fine. But she reloads and she just grabs the top of the gun and cocks the top of the gun back instead of like the actual gun cock. And they left it in the show like that. Like, at least
that's ridiculous.
At least have her cock the fucking gun. Dude, she just ran her hand along the top. Like, it looked ridiculous. At a quick glance, it was literally like one frame, so you really had to pay attention. But those frames matter. I mean, you're making how much money, man? Like, I don't have a soft spot for little stuff like that. It's not like you're a little startup indie movie.
Yeah.
There should not be that kind of mistakes in the show. Or the CGI,
Exactly.
God forbid, when she's flying into the mind flayer's like chest. Like, she just teleports across the world and then rips open a hole as she's mid teleport. I don't get that. I guess it makes sense with her how she was able to cross rocks miles apart so easily, but she did that way too easily. She flew in the air for like a good 5 seconds, and then I don't know. That wasn't making sense to me. They could have did that scene better.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if me, you, and Dark sat down with a green screen, we could actually draw up a better jump than that. Like,
easily
in our bedroom.
And I just want to remind everybody that this is how season 4 ended.
Let me see.
Look at this. Look, that is like the final shot of season 4.
Yes.
Season 5 starts with all of that being cleaned up and everybody just living in the Wheeler's house.
Right.
Like
That
what
was
the hell?
that was a terrible before and after transition because they're talking about the particles in the air. Now all of a sudden there's no more particles in the air. They just put all these metal plates over. They're like, okay, guys, continue your lives. The earthquake did it. Like, brother, this would
Yeah.
have been worldwide news. Like, look at that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Like it literally shows the Hawkins just being torn apart.
Yeah, that's
And their reasoning for it is, oh, we put a couple government soldiers down there to like handle it all.
right.
Like what the fuck? Oh wait, I just saw this as I opened Twitter. The Duffer Brothers actually said something about why Will didn't feel anything when the Mind Flayer was being hurt.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they said, in quotes, well, we aren't showing him when the Mind Flayer is being attacked. We just want to focus on the final battle with our heroes. When Vecna is getting decapitated, at that point the Mind Flayer is dead, and so it, at that point, has severed the connection between him and Vecna.
Okay.
So I guess they just literally never showed him at all during the final battle.
They
You know what I
didn't,
hate about all
and
of
that's
this?
stupid as fuck because at least show him tired after. But Dark, really quick, because I keep forgetting this thing. This is me making fun of the show. Why the fuck for 2 minutes straight? I don't know what the time frame is. Like I kind of want to watch it back again. But did they have Vecna just bro? That went on for so long, and I don't know if it was just me focusing on it, but he was literally gasping for air. Or like to survive for the longest time. Like they had this little background audio of him like choking for way too fucking long. It was actually comical. Like I was laughing during the show.
Yeah.
And how is this motherfucker bulletproof? But God forbid you poke him. Is it because it was part of the Mind Flayer? Like it was, I don't know. Like, what is his weakness?
I think it was just how strong 11 was.
But stronger than Henry? Like there's no way. I mean, I guess.
Well, but
I understand.
you gotta remember how much damage the Mind Flayer was taking too. That was fucking him up heavily. Like the Mind Flayer was getting fucked up.
I think they killed the Mind Flayer too easily.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, oh, let's just stand on top of the mountain. I get it, it's weak to fire, but like, I don't know.
How'd they get up there that fast?
Right, how'd they get up there?
Yeah, how is Nancy? How I don't know how they beat Nancy up there.
Right.
Like that was weird. Like how did Jonathan climb that mountain so fast?
Well, they practice climbing ladders, so I guess maybe that's why. I don't know. That is interesting though that there's no number when she's standing in the end portal there.
Yeah, I just sent that to you so you could like put that in the video.
Yeah.
Like when I brought that up.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But you know, knowing the Duffer Brothers, they probably just forgot she was even number 11. So they just forgot to repaint it on her.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably just forgot the makeup. I was like, well, we're not reshooting it, so
yeah.
Like I think a lot of their shit, like that's generally what it seems like, is like they did something like, oh fuck, we forgot that. Oh, it's okay, no one will notice. Like, no, we notice.
Yeah.
We all notice this. Like you're not.
Yeah. They forget that this fan base is to some people who were calculating eye angles to try to ship to teenage boys. These people will look and find everything to just come up with the craziest stretches.
Oh my god, thank you for that. Because this is also, I don't know if it's laziness again, or this is something like you said, people will find anything and everything. So when they turn the power, when they're draining the Demogorgon, like the electricity scene, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And Will's tapping into the hive mind that way. When they show it again, it's a different color dial. Like the dial is literally red versus what it was before. I'll pull up the exact clip to show what I'm talking about. But they were two totally different colors, and I'm like, did you guys fuck up and forget, or were you trying to hint at? Especially with the only reason why it matters is because they said how the different color in Holly's like wheel thing was a huge like factor of how they found out to go through the memory. Like he was hiding it, so you can't then have miscolored things in the actual show and expect people not to question it. Like that's a huge part of the show now. Well, Dark, you never even gave your opinion. Me and Zane started off giving our opinion, and you never said.
Yeah, you guys went ahead. I was about to, and you guys went ahead without me, and I felt kind of left out, and I didn't say anything. But my opinion, I liked it for what it was. Again, I'm not an idiot that like needs to be shown and everything. So I was like a lot. I think comparative to, I think we should all do this before we end it. Comparative to the other seasons, I would probably rank it probably my least favorite. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my least favorite season. I think the ending epilogue carries it a lot, but I don't know. There's certain stuff that I just don't like about it compared to the other the other four seasons.
Yeah, I don't know how to rate the seasons and like which one was my favorite versus not, but it definitely was not up there with like one of my favorite by any means.
I think I could actually easily rank my seasons in order.
I don't remember enough. You'd have to like remind me.
There's only two that I would say could intertwine. I would probably do like from top or bottom to top. Probably season 5, season 2, season 2, maybe season season 1.
What?
And then 4 and 3.
What?
I like season 3 a lot, and I like season 4 a lot.
So do I, but one was like unbelievably.
It was great. Yeah, it was great. But I think that I think the character work in season 1 is a lot better than after, but I think the characters from the seasons after that are a lot better. There's more substance, I would say, after season 1.
Yeah.
My favorite season was never the mall one, where they defeat the Mind
season
Flayer.
3.
That was my favorite.
Or no, that was 2, wasn't it? Or was that 3?
See, like what did you say? The mall one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was season 3. The summer season. That was summer season.
I think my ranking would be from bottom to top as well. Would be 5, and then probably 3, 2, 4, 1. Just because I feel like the character just confrontations in himself, I feel like progressively just kept getting worse. Like season 1, the scenes between Hopper and Joyce, one of my favorite parts of the whole show in general was Jonathan when he went to Lonnie's house. Mm-hmm. They didn't have anything that made me feel that way after season 1. Just, I don't know. The characters, I'm extremely biased towards season 1 of shows. I always feel like season 1s are usually the best.
Dude, the fight between Steve and Billy was awesome too.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't know. It's hard. 5.
And Steve's a pansy the rest of his career, apparently.
Yeah. 3 and 2 are so swappable for me. I don't know. 3 or 2 could go either one depending on the day. But I know 4 and 1 are undisputably my top 2.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Let us know any of your crazy theories about Stranger Things and how you felt about season 5 and everything. You know, how you feel about the show as a whole, how it ended, how you feel about the characters and where they left off, how you feel about 11 and what happened to her. And make sure you tune in to the Fortnite video after this video.
I knew it. I was going to say don't fucking mention Fortnite.
Yeah. Alright, you might want to record this one yourself, Peng. I knew he was going that way.
That was the worst possible intro I could have ever... Dude, I knew it. As soon as he said, "Can I do it?" I've been posting a Fortnite video since 2022.
I've been wanting to do it for so long. Oh my god, I'm so glad I gotta do it again. That's one of my favorite gimmicks. Just plugging Fortnite.